Hi folks, and welcome back to Meaningful Money. Okay, a little bit of a change of scene. It's not often that I do one of these in the office, and it's not often that I do one of these with a tile. But this is a little bit different and a little bit special, because with me is Justin Urquhart-Stewart from a company called Seven Investment Management. Now the reason Justin is here is that my company Jacksons have been working with 7IM for 5 years now, and they run our clients' money. So these are the investment experts that we give our clients' money to look after. And so you'll recognise Justin, I'm sure, from the TV. He's one of the most frequently featured financial commentators, often on BBC and Sky and places like that. So it's a real pleasure to have him. This is exclusive to Meaningful Money. So, but Justin's become a great friend of this firm as well, and we have a very good, close working relationship. So I thought it would benefit you guys watching here on Meaningful Money just to get some basics as to what to think about when you're going to invest. So I'm going to pick Justin's brain live here on camera. So Justin, you set up 7IM, what, 9 years ago, 10 years ago, something like that?
2002 we went live, yes.
So perhaps it'd be helpful us to find out why you did that, and perhaps just a potted history before that.
Well, I suppose anything else, it was a reaction to what was there before, because previously I used to work for a stockbroking firm, which I had helped establish originally back in '86, ages ago. That's far too long ago. And then it got taken over by Barclays and became Barclays Stockbrokers. And then eventually my business partner and I, a chap called Tom Sheridan, who's now my chief executive, and we sat around looking at this and thinking, this is not the way to run money. This is a good way to make money out of the clients, but not necessarily the clients to make money. And so we looked at what was happening elsewhere, particularly in the States, and you could see the growth there of people like you, with financial planners, so they call them financial consultants. Professional fee-based advisors actually operating as not only professionals, but the most highly regarded professionals. And investment was something that came afterwards. And so what we wanted to do was set up an investment business that didn't have some of the contradictions that are there in the system. So let's have an investment business which, first of all, if you're going to do your investment, first of all sit down and do your planning. So something that's gone through a planner first. Then if you're doing your investing, let's get rid of commissions. Commissions do funny things to people if you're buying and selling things the entire time.
Yeah, the ills of our industry are based on commissions.
Well, particularly as an investment manager stroke stockbroker, if you're earning commissions, what's my incentive? To buy and sell things the entire time? Do I earn a commission? Or to make money for the client?
Sure.
So I believe it should be really straightforward. If we can make money for the client, we can earn more. If we make less money for the client, we earn less. Surely that's straightforward.
Absolutely. Alignment of your interests with theirs.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So if you could do that, and then start to go back to the old disciplines of investing. There's no magic about investing. There is no get-rich-quick scheme. That's called having a punt. And have a punt, that's okay. But not with your pension money.
Yeah, sure.
So if we can go back to the old rules, which are broadly spread your assets, in your money across different assets, not just shares, but fixed interest gilts, not just geographically in the UK, but around the world, maybe things like commodities and property and currency and all sorts of things.
Sure.
That way, your portfolio's got lots of legs, not just 3 or 4, and if some of them get into trouble, don't worry, the other legs are supporting it. And so therefore what you can do is actually have a steadier ride. Then as investment managers, what we can do is make sure, we can try and reduce the costs, so we can try and find the cheapest way of actually operating this on an institutional basis and bring that through to the private client, to the individual, through their planner.
So these are ordinary people getting the benefit of how big funds, pension funds, run money.
Yes.
That's right.
And there was always one big issue as well, I found, is that, everybody, when they've had their pension scheme, everyone said, well, I need a pension or I need my long-term investment. What's in it? I've no idea. How's it doing? I don't know, but I'm not very sure. Yeah. And that awful thing. Actually, there's an old city line, which is, it's a privilege to look after people's money, not a right. It's their money.
Absolutely.
So make it a situation so they can see it, understand it, they can talk to their planner about what's in it, and they're not locked into some terrible investment plan whereby you've got to be there for years, you can't change the funds or the risk and things like that. Actually, most of it's just common sense when you think about it.
Oh, absolutely, and that's been sort of the theme so far. We're on, sort of 50 odd videos now, and we've spent quite a bit of time looking at all the different asset classes. That was a sort of mini series back 20 videos ago or something like that. But actually, the whole thesis of this website really is that financial planning is basically very simple. It's spend less than you've got coming in, save the rest, have a plan to work to, and invest the money wisely and sensibly. But it is actually quite simple, isn't it? So, sorry.
Well, I was just saying, there's one thing, again, our industry is very bad at. We can't make it entertaining, that's a bit flippant, but we can make it interesting.
Well, sure.
You know, I mean, because there are a lot of things going on. So what's happening? What's the news? What are the areas I need to know about? So I'm not sitting there desperately hoping that my money is going to be safe. So when I do need it, I open the box and find it's not there, or it's less than I need. That's wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. So this website is obviously for basic information. So I probably know what your answer to this is going to be. But if somebody is looking to invest money for the first time, perhaps you could share just some sort of general things they ought to be thinking about, some basic rules, how to do investment right. You've touched on some of them already, but
Well,
can you expand?
the first of all is actually what you want this money to do for you.
Absolutely. Planning.
Yeah, is it actually making sure? Are you actually going to go to the 2:30 at Ascot to go and have a punt, or is it actually your long-term money? And therefore also then making sure what sort of risk you're willing to take. Can you sleep at night? If you've invested something and you can't sleep at night, then there's something seriously wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so therefore making sure that you've got an idea as to what you want to achieve with all of this in terms of its return and time. So once you've done your planning, then you can start sitting down actually working out how you want to need to then go about it. And that may well be in terms of the tax wrappers that you've got. Remember, a tax wrapper is a wrapper. It's like a Mars bar. If you have a stale Mars bar with a nice wrapper, it's still a stale Mars bar. So it's not the ISA or the pension that's important, it's actually what's in it that's important. But the planner can make sure you get the right tax wrappers and then make sure you've got the underneath. In terms of investing, one crucial thing, if you don't understand it, ask until someone tells you. If they can't tell you, that's not your problem, that's their problem. If it is suddenly sort of too complicated and don't trust me, I'm an investment manager, don't worry your little head.
Run away.
Yeah, exactly. Don't patronise me. Go away. And I have to say, our industry does its best to try and make sure that it covers itself in jargon that people don't understand. So if it sounds too complicated, don't just come away until someone can explain it. And as ever, if it's too good to be true, then it is.
It probably is. Good. That's really helpful. One thing that we'll be able to do, Justin's very kindly offered to sort of feed into this website. So if, as a result of this, there's any questions that you want answering, then perhaps you can leave a message in the comments, and I'll put them to Justin, and we'll find out a way of getting a link from London all the way down to Penzance for Justin to comment, even if it's by phone or whatever. We'll find a way. The technology's there.
They're delighted because there's no such thing as a stupid question, just many, many stupid answers.
Well, that's true.
But there are ways in which you can actually have some fun with investing and learning about it. For instance, there are a lot of people who set up investment clubs. When you can actually just put in 20, 30, 40 pounds. I actually belong to two. I have to admit they probably bear more resemblance to probably sort of drinking sessions, but nonetheless, it's great fun with my chums. And what it has done, they're not in the financial services world, they have learnt about the wrongs of investing.
Sure.
And by doing it,
right,
without losing necessarily a great deal of money. In fact, they have children, they've actually made money in the end. But it's turned something so that it becomes an active interest, rather than just something which is locked away in the bottom left-hand drawer.
Sure.
So if you could make it something which has got a bit more fun to it, you pay more attention to it, and that way, if something is going wrong, or you're worried about the risks, your antennae will already be alert to it.
Sure. Great. Well, look, that's really helpful. We like to keep these sort of short and sweet, as you know. So, thank you very much, Justin. I really appreciate your time. Any further questions, leave them in the comments, and we'll no doubt do this again before too long. So, from my office, which not a very pleasant backdrop, but from my office here in Penzance, thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.